Yeah, so, the Lightning, eh? That's cool. That's really, really cool. The Tampa Bay Lightning and Florida Panthers 2021 Stanley Cup Playoff Series in the first round is underway, and the Lightning are currently leading the series 2-0. Up against all the odds, up against the Florida Panthers, who are honestly a really good team. I didn't expect them to be as good as they have been this season. The Tampa Bay Lightning are out there, despite the fact that they had a 3-point-something% chance of going out there and winning the Cup, actually leading this series by a boatload. And a lot of that has to do with all the recent team acquisitions that they have made. And acquisitions, I'm going to call this an acquisition because this guy wasn't here the entire season. Let's get one final video out there about Nikita Kucherov, because as we all kind of know, when it comes to cap circumvention in the NHL, moving things around and working it in your favor so that you can bend the rules to benefit your team in the best way possible, despite it probably not being super clean. Yeah, we're talking about Nikita Kucherov, because we've made videos the entire time talking about how Kucherov had to miss the entire 2021 NHL season because he took a surgery that ended up costing him the entire year. However, it should be noted that he didn't actually get this surgery until right before the season began. And if we assume that it was the Tampa Bay Lightning who were in charge of assigning him the dates to getting that surgery, it really feels convenient that the Tampa Bay Lightning were able to say, okay, go get that surgery, Nikita. That surgery is going to take you X amount of months to recover. Here's your timeline. Here's your date. By the time you should be fully recovered from this surgery, we'll have you in Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Playoffs when there's no more cap anymore, and we can make all these trades at the trade deadline to acquire Savard and acquire other guys, and just pull off a whole bunch of moves that we wouldn't have been able to do had your $9.5 million AAV cap hit been on the record books. Because as you know, if a player's injured, LTIR, their cap space doesn't count against your cap. You are allowed to spend over the cap by the amount of cap that player is taking up. So it just gives a whole bunch of extra opportunity and moolah for the Tampa Bay Lightning. But now that Kucherov's back full-time, like he's actually playing now, he's not just skating around with the team in practice like he had been a few months ago. He's in here, first game against the Florida Panthers, ends up getting himself 2 goals and an assist. Oh boy, okay, Nikita Kucherov is back, eh? 2 power play goals for Kucherov in the second period, and a power play assist for Braden Point in the third. That's 3 points in Game 1. Kucherov gets another point in Game 2 yesterday, so he's at 4 points in 2 games played. And you think about it and you're like, man, this guy was out the whole year, eh? This guy who was already skating with the team a few weeks ago, and in pretty high quantity as well. He goes out there in his first game back because, he's finally healthy, he's finally able to be activated, and he goes out there, gets himself 2 goals and an assist. Okay, that's great. Absolutely great. I said it in the previous videos talking about Kucherov before, but whether or not it is cap circumvention or whether or not it's not, the reason people are getting so frustrated about this is because of the timing. It's okay, you're going to get this surgery, and you're going to get it here, because if you get it here, you'll recover in time for the Stanley Cup Playoffs. But you can't get the surgery earlier, though, because if you do, you would be eligible to come back in the regular season, and therefore your cap hit would be applied to our books, and our entire plan would be down the drain. That's kind of what people are feeling. Obviously, on paper, that is not officially what happened, but people can just kind of wink, wink, nudge, nudge their way through that. When it comes to our final discussion about the topic, though, I wanted to turn your attention to The Athletic, because Pierre LeBrun made a piece about this entire situation titled this: "Here's what the Lightning, the NHL, and rival GMs are saying about Nikita Kucherov's return." And this entire article goes over all of the official perspectives from those actually within the NHL who are talking about Nikita Kucherov. And because this is The Athletic, I'm not going to post any screenshots from this. You can go ahead and read it if you do have The Athletic. But I will turn your attention to NHLTradeTalk.com because they have an article talking about Pierre LeBrun's piece, Did Kucherov's Return Prove the Lightning Cheated the NHL Salary Cap? Yeah, there are a lot more implications in that title than the one that Pierre LeBrun used. But we do indeed have ourselves the quotes that are available in the Pierre LeBrun piece on this NHLTradeTalk.com article. You can see there's a summary of what's going on. On the surface, it looks exactly what the NHL warned teams not to do. A player with an LTIR not supposed to being able to sit out the entire regular season if he was able to return in the playoffs, only to jump in when the playoffs began and when their salary wouldn't count against that respective team's cap. Specifically, Kucherov missed the entire season, recovering from hip surgery, and yeah, we kinda just went over this. The Athletic's Pierre LeBrun took a closer look at all the talk and wrote an in-depth piece examining this debate from a number of angles. He talked to the Panthers, he talked to the NHL, he talked to a number of other NHL executives, and he talked to Kucherov's agent. Here is what the Panthers specifically say about the Kucherov situation. Bill Zito, the GM of the team that is currently getting smoked by Kucherov and his production. No, I don't feel like there's a circumvention. It's all within the rules. From our standpoint, everything is above board. He's a good player, obviously, and Julien Brisebois is a smart guy. There's no issues with the integrity of this whatsoever. Here's what the NHL said. Hey, they're going to have a look into all the cases where there might be a question, and they said that they looked into this one, as well as a number of additional cases involving the use of the LTIR, and the NHL's Commissioner Bill Daly said this. We determined that the provision was invoked and applied in a consistent manner with the requirements of the CBA. Okay, so the NHL themselves, as well as the Florida Panthers GM Bill Zito, are both saying the same thing. It's not circumvention. It's not allowable. It's okay. Huh. Okay. This is what Nikita Kucherov's agent specifically says when it comes to the entire situation. Initially, doctors told Kucherov the earliest return date was going to be around the second round of the playoffs. He also added that he was on every call and in every meeting, and a return already wasn't likely. His agent also noted that there was no way Kucherov would have been willing to sit out games if he was able to play. What he is saying is that Kucherov sped up his timeline for return by doing proper rehab and just being a freak of nature. He says that Kucherov would have sped it up to join the team in the regular season if he had the opportunity to, but it just didn't work out that way. Okay. This is truly a miracle for him to come back this soon. To be honest with you, I think he started playing a little bit earlier than he should have, but that's Kucherov. You can't hold this guy back. So, other parties amongst the NHL themselves are saying that it was okay, and in fact, Kucherov's agent is saying, man, it's even a surprise he's here for the first round of the playoffs. Even though when Kucherov had the surgery back before the season began, we had the estimated timeline of return actually being sometime around the Stanley Cup Playoffs and when that would have commenced. So, okay, that's our final word about it. Not gonna get any other opinions out there, for sure. I know people will definitely have their own thoughts about this, but hey, at the very end of the day, the ones that apparently would be hurt by this the most, the Florida Panthers, are saying how it's fine. Which, I mean, you're free to disagree with for sure. I still personally think it's very funny how everything aligns where Kucherov had this surgery delayed until right before the season, and he came back right when the season ended and right when the playoffs started so that the cap wouldn't count, and yeah, you get the idea. It's really fishy, isn't it? But it is what it is, and apparently it's okay. So, yeah. Talk to me in the comments what you think about this entire idea over here. Kucherov and the salary cap being cheated by the Lightning and how apparently it didn't happen. What are your thoughts on this, I've said it the entire time, it's weird, but if anybody else is going to go out there with some different perspectives, hey, Feel free to leave that in the comment section below because I would love to get some different opinions on this. But for now, the Lightning and the Panthers, great series, really crazy Game 1. Game 2 just finished off yesterday. Game 3 is going to be tomorrow because every game is taking place every other day. So we'll see if the Panthers are going to go out there and actually win a game. I mean, 2-0 series leads are not impossible to overcome, but they certainly are not probable. Talk to me in the comments what you thought about all this stuff. I hope you enjoyed this video. 99 and bye.